Association and the Boston Celtics are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court with a weapon play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to rejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member.
We hope you'll join us for our next fan appreciation giveaway. Next up is Ned Edwards. Keep track of all the Celtics games right on the refrigerator floor.
We want your time at the arena to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you are having an issue...
Coming up next, the Celtics taking on the Rockets. For the Boston Celtics, they have been building confidence with each and every game. Every team they face knows they in turn have to bring their best. We've got a battle of the big men inside, Clark. Both teams with talented front courts.
Well, these teams rely heavily on their 4 and 5 guys, Kevin. It's going to be, I think, a lot of fun to watch. So keep that isolated Cam on the paint area. That's where most of the action is going to take place.
Here's the starting group for Houston. A perimeter pair will be Thompson next to Durant. Tari Easton is out there with Alperen Sengun. And it's Van Vliet in at the 1. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Timing and athleticism. That's how Thompson won himself the second opportunity.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. He talked about Kevin Durant and just how challenging a matchup he is. He told me, quote, his length is what makes him so difficult. Throwing that quick release on his jumper, all we can ask our guys to do is get a hand up on any shot they can. We'll see how effective their defense is on Durant tonight. Back to you, Kevin.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you.
Working that pick and roll action superbly. Sengun knows exactly where he needs to be.
2025, Clark, was a big year for Alperen Sengun, his first All-Star selection.
And could not have been more well-deserved, Kevin. He really ramped his game up across the board and was a big reason the Rockets were transformed. I mean, if that's not All-Star stuff, I don't know what is.
Van Vliet can't get it to go. The Celtics have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Right the pass to Brock. Misses the 3. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. When you talk about Amen Thompson, Clark, one of my favorite players. This kid is great.
Yeah, he's a joy to watch. I mean, for as young as he is, the way he gets after it defensively, the way he attacks the rim, he plays with a verve and confidence that belies his youth, man. He's a special talent, freak athlete, exceptional at the defensive end already. And his offense is only going to continue to develop. Boy, that guy could be scary. There aren't going to be many people saying amen having to deal with him.
And that one's good, Ellis.
And Tatum knows how to find his guys in their spots now. A solid passer at his position.
Durant kicks to Sengun. Thompson in the corner. Another miss by Houston. Boston's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
The athletic prowess of Tatum on full display. What a move to the bucket.
Here's KD. Pass to Van Vliet. Back to Durant. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Eason. Down low. It's tipped. Now that one from Van Vliet.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Austin making some changes. Sam Hauser's checked in for White, and it's Pritchard in for Anthony Simons. Houston also making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Sengun. Smith comes in for Tari Easton. And it's Beasley in for Fred Van Vliet. Ellis can't get it to go. The Rockets trail. And then Durant with the jam.
Tell you what? That defense was physical, and yet Durant, with great balance and composure, just stayed with it.
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
You look at the Houston Rockets, already one of the most physically imposing teams in the league last season, and they got even bigger, signing Clint Capella, of course, the trade for Kevin Durant, and bringing back Steven Adams. They're a team that nobody looks forward to facing, guys.
Leveraging all that size. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. And here are the Rockets now. Trailing by 2. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Here's Ellis. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. And it's 8 points for Ellis.
Over the course of the game, he's been very accurate, doing some great stuff.
There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Durant. 29 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto. Here's Ellis. Rebound by Smith. Rockets trail by 4. And Thompson kicks to Durant. It's Beasley on the wing. The Rockets again can't hit. And that does it for the first quarter. Celtics lead by 4. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Group substitution here. Tari Eason's checked in for Şengün. Kevin Durant comes in for Tate. Thompson, he's checked in for Malik Beasley. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. So on the floor for Houston. In the backcourt, we'll see VanVleet and Thompson. Smith is out there with Tari Eason. And it's KD in at the small forward position. And he comes up with the deuce. KD's got his second bucket of the night.
Durant so good at finishing in tight. Excellent in the paint.
Ellis outside. To halt the run. Eason grabs the board.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Durant's shot is good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Ellis can't get it to go. VanVleet against Simon. A baseline J, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Got it! The cold-blooded buzzer beater!
Clutch! Much in the clutch! Woo-hoo! How about that? Woo. Yeah!
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
Taking a look here now at Boston, they hold the best record in their conference. That alone accounts for their lofty perch in the rankings.
And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well for the Houston Rockets. And that'll do it for halftime.
And so it's Houston holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Right back after this break. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Alperen Şengün has been sensational.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
Dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. White is out there with Anthony Simons. And it's Ellis at the center filling out the middle. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. You see a lot of pick and rolls, but you also, Greg, hear about inverted screens. Can you explain to the viewers what that means?
Yeah, that's where your guard actually is the one setting the pick for the bigger player. And having little guys who are willing to put their body on the line, you think of a Steph Curry, a John Stockton, two of the best to ever do it.
Şengün against Ellis, and there's the foul. Goes on Mr. Incredible. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time.
Here's Van Vliet. He's got 10. 6 to shoot. Şengün with a wide-open look. Off target from outside. And Ellis will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's an 18-point game. Ellis with a screen on KD. Brown finds Ellis. Rockets with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Greg, you look at Alperen Şengün. He's one of the best combinations of force and finesse in the NBA.
And you wonder how he fell to the 16th pick in the 2021 draft. You saw the numbers he was putting up as a 19-year-old in Turkey. Pretty clear he should have gone higher.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Fred Van Vliet is a leader for the Rockets. Their coach, Ime Udoka, says Fred sometimes goes against his natural inclination, playing the good cop because Ime himself is so hard on them, but adds, Fred is a grumpy dude. He always finds something to be mad at. We need that with our team. Back to you.
They love his disposition. Okay, thank you, Allie.
Durant has definitely been on one tonight, knocking down shots for himself at a high rate.
Tatum kicks to Ellis. Over Şengün. And Ellis the bucket on the assist by Tatum. And that's 15 points for Ellis.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Back to KD. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Buries it from three-point range. Van Vliet's got 13.
Few players shoot it with as much arc as Van Vliet does. That thing brings rain when he shoots.
And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. And again, Boston with the triple.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Outside, KD. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. KD's got 6 in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Boston making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Şengün. Smith comes in for Tari Eason. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Thompson. And Shepard subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Here's Ellis. Hits the jumper. Ellis has got 9 points here in the second half.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him. But again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
And there's the foul. It goes on Mr. Incredible. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Austin making some changes. Kate is checked in. And Sam Hauser subbed in for Brown. And a change for the Rockets. Finney Smith's checked in. Capella sends a screen for Beasley. Bangs home the trifecta. Beasley's got his second. New lineup here for Houston. Rockets leading by 19 points. And so in the game for the Rockets, the perimeter pair will be Thompson next to Durant. Tari Easton is out there with Alperen Sengun. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard. Here's White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 5 assists in the game.
Well, he might not be a pure shooter, but he's a very steady one. I like that they're getting White something in rhythm here.
Durant inside. He's covered by Brown. And no questioning the greatness of Kevin Durant. But, Greg, trying to get back into championship contention.
Yeah, and since his 2 titles with the Warriors, disappointment with the Nets and Suns, can he get a shot at another ring?
I don't think you could design a better scorer than Durant. I mean, range from deep, the touch at the rim, excellent handle, 7 feet tall. He does everything you want from your first option.
And I like the decision-making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
Sengun.
You know, it's been a great game for Sengun. Keeps on scoring. Really, he's a top-level scoring big for my money.
Now Simons. Outside Brown. Ellis in the post. Sengun's there. And that one is good.
On a roll now. He is on fire.
Give him the ball, get out of the way, and let him play.
Sengun with a screen on Brown. Now Sengun. And you think about the balance of power between the conferences. How about this, Greg? In the last 26 years, there have only been 3 Eastern Conference teams favored to win the NBA Finals.
2011 Heat, the 2013 Heat, and then the 2024 Boston Celtics. So for those arguing for top 16 seeding in the playoffs, this might be your go-to stat.
Tell you what, Alperen Sengun is a big with the modern-day game. He scores in bunches inside, but he also can pass it and shoot it from the perimeter, too.
Not gonna go. Houston leading by 17. Now Durant. Stolen by Tatum.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Rockets.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Sengun.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
Here's Sengun. And Sengun throws it down.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
And here is Durant. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy